My studio is a mess. The last video that we put out, I was having some trouble making a giant one of these, like big ones to hang on the wall. And you'll look at that here in a minute, and I'm going to show you how I made them. I also wanted to compare the Bambu Lab P1S and the A1 because I was having some artifacts that I wanted to find out if it was the model or if it was the printer. Now, my original idea for this came from a model that I found on Maker World, and I'll have a link in the description, but I think that model was taken from Thingiverse, which no doubt was taken from somewhere else. That's just the way this works, but I'll keep the links in the description and you can follow those. Now, I printed several of them, and if you watched my last video, you saw failure after failure after failure, but we did get a couple of successful prints, and we got them on the A1 and we got them on the P1S, and I'll show you those a little bit more closely here in a moment. Now, besides the 3D prints, there are a couple of other things that we need to make these giant cartridges as realistic as possible. And the first thing we need is holographic sticker paper. And I'll have this link down in the description below. I picked these up from Amazon. I think it was like 50 sheets for maybe 15 bucks or something like that. And these are designed for inkjet printers. And there's a little story here about running down to the valley and trying to get someone else to print these for us. I ordered the paper, ran these down to the valley, but no one had inkjet printers in any of the professional spaces. All they had was laser printers, and I suppose you can probably get laser compatible sticker paper, but they weren't brave enough to try this in their printers. They're afraid it would break them. Another thing that we're going to need is an inkjet printer. I don't have an inkjet printer. All the printers we have here are laser, and I don't have a color laser anymore. I got rid of that years ago, so I just had the black laser printer, and that wasn't going to work. And we ended up going to Walmart and finding the cheapest laser printer that they had, which ended up being the HP 5102. And the reviews showed it had pretty high quality inkjet results. So we grabbed it, brought it home. I think it was like $150 or $170. And this is the results that it produced, which I think are pretty fantastic. Look at that. I mean, the quality is amazing. And it looks really good on this holographic sticker paper. Where do you find the labels? That's pretty simple. You just do a Google search and search for NES label. And that's it. And there are a ton of resources, people out there that have labels for just about everything. And I'll have links in the description to the places that I found mine. Now, the first game that I'm going to make is going to be the Super Mario 3, because I think that'd be kind of cool and to hang on the wall. The second one that I'm going to make is a Zelda, and I'm not quite sure on the third one that I'm going to make, but we'll figure that out here momentarily. And of course, if you're going to make a Zelda, you're going to need some spray paint, and this is what? Rust-Oleum Metallic, and they're not all equal. The caps, they lie to you. That's actually not the color. The first one that we picked up was a gold from Rust-Oleum. Said it was a metallic, and it was not correct. It was literally the color of the can right here. It was terrible, and it looked bad. So we hit it with another primer, and I ended up putting this on it, and it looked a little bit better. It's not perfect, but I think it makes it work.
A few moments later.
All right, much cleaner. We printed the giant NES cartridges in a Bambu Lab Basic PLA Gray. Now, it's a little bit lighter in color than an NES cartridge, but it gets the point across. It's pretty cool. And I'm sure we could go find a better gray that matches. Matter of fact, if you know of a really good match for this gray, put it in the comments below. We'll get some and we'll make some that way. Now, once you've downloaded the labels and you get them onto your machine, you obviously need to resize them for the scale of the model. Now, at the scale of the model being at 100%, what worked for me was a width of 4 inches and a height of 7.25 inches. Now, as far as printing goes, just make sure obviously you're sending it to your inkjet, and of course, this is the most important thing. When you're working with that type of paper, your quality, select best or whatever option you have that is the best, and then hit print. Now with the sticker paper, I only loaded one sheet at a time, and that's just because the printer kept grabbing multiple sheets because it's pretty thick, sticky stuff. But other than that, it prints so beautifully well. I am really, really impressed with a pretty relatively inexpensive inkjet printer. Tell me in the comments below what games you would make for a wall display. Now, I did decide in the meantime on what game that I was going to go ahead and make this time around, but one of my favorite all-time games growing up as a child, and that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is a classic NES game. Look at those colors. freaking fantastic. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely beautiful. Unbelievable that an inkjet printer can do that so well on this holographic paper. I am super impressed. That's gonna look good. Now, seriously, take a look at these. Those are the two that I just printed. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and a Legend of Zelda, and they are incredible. Just the colors, just how vibrant they are, and that holographic paper, I think, does just a phenomenal job of really bringing those NES labels to life. So the next step is to cut them out. Now, cutting these out really isn't all, super important to get it 100% accurate. I mean, if you've seen the labels on NES games, they're not perfect the way that they were. And technically, if we trim off just a tiny bit of the color, it actually makes them fit about perfect. So anyway, there is the first one. Let's see what it looks like here. The worst thing is when you actually trim it, you don't get all the way through it. That looks so freaking good. Now, the corners on most NES labels are actually rounded, right? And some of these that we download aren't rounded, so we're just gonna try and round them ourselves. They won't have to be perfect because no one's gonna know when it's hanging on a wall. I mean, other than me. Probably the worst corner I did, and there we go. That's what it looks like. Also, I love the way these supports come off. Look at this. Look. Look at that. Just so good. Oh, come on, out of there. Oh, except that one. And here's a little trick for getting these internal supports out, right? So like right here, these can be a bit tough, and I just use a knife here. Look at that. Ready? Yeah, come on. Beautiful. Now this is the delicate part. This is the part that makes me nervous. After the printing, after the trimming, separating the label from the back. There we are. And here it goes. Like I said, this is the part that makes me nervous. As long as we get one edge lined up, we should be good to go. Like maybe like this. Look at that. Is that not awesome? Or what? Look at it. Yeah. Right over the edge. Seriously, tell me that that does not look freaking fantastic to hang on a wall. Oh, where's that? Oh, that's the ink. I didn't realize it was ink coming off. Apparently it has to dry. Well, good thing I didn't smudge it too much. Yeah, let's not do that. Now this is another one that I'm excited about. This one is the one that we painted. And now we're gonna go ahead and throw on the label and see what this one looks like. It's just so hard to separate. Seriously, it's like you get it and then you let it go and then you get it and you let it go again. Come on, come on. Seriously, come on. How many times do I have to try? It's impossible. Got it. Oh my gosh, that took forever. But look at that label. Look at it. That is pretty sick. So we're gonna get this one laid on. And we're not done because we have one more label that we have to add to these. Does anybody know what label that is? What label do we have to put on here? Look at that. Seriously, put in the comments if you know what label we have yet to add. Look at this. Take a look at these. That right there, Legend of Zelda. Now you can see over here, I hit it with a little bit too much paint. You can kind of see that there, right there. You can kind of see it, but it's all right. It's okay. But look at that. Does that not look freaking phenomenal for a Legend of Zelda cartridge? And then take a look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes, and then take a look at this one. Look, Super Mario, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Legend of Zelda. That is sick. And these get to hang on our wall. Come on, doesn't that look good? I think they're freaking awesome. Yes. Okay, now the sticker that finishes them off is the back. You have to have the caution sticker because that finishes the game. It makes it absolutely perfect for hanging on a wall. These are just killer. Now, let's talk about the print quality. So this was printed on the Bambu Lab P1S, and this was printed on the Bambu Lab A1. Now, check this out. This is the artifact that I was mentioning earlier, but if you look really closely, you can see it's not banding. The artifacts actually line up here with the supports. And if I can get that lighting, can I get that lighting just right? I don't know if I can get it there. But anyway, you can slightly see it. And I was actually concerned and thought that that was maybe a problem with the printer, with the P1S. And so I went ahead and I grabbed the A1, threw it up on the bench, and it had the exact same, it's hard to see there, but it is there. And so it turns out it had nothing to do with either printer. It had to do with the model and the type of supports. Now, could this have been designed a little bit better so that we didn't have to have so many supports inside there? Yeah, absolutely. Not knocking the design, but it could have been adapted slightly for FDM printing a little bit better, so we wouldn't have to have those types of overhangs and those types of supports. But ultimately, in the end, what do you think? Are these pretty sick or what? Look at those games and tell me if you are going to print these for your wall at home and hang them up. And if you are, what games would you print? Let me give a huge shout out to our YouTube and Patreon members. I couldn't do this without you. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Go print some. We'll see you in the next one. So darn cool. Love them.